All right, all right, all right. So welcome to, it's not Tuesday night, to Monday night's Jest, Joust, Comedy Calamity. We got 5 comics tonight, which is cool. I like that number. A few things that I'm supposed to say here in the beginning. My ADHD brain makes me have to have this list. I'm Happy Bones Jones. What's up, everybody? It's Monday night. Yeah. I appreciate everybody coming out tonight. I thank Melinda and Candace for being here and the Fox's Lair for having us here. Everybody put your phones on silent if you don't mind, and try to keep your chatter down to the little minimum and whatnot. And then there's papers in front of you, and if you want to help judge, you can be a part of it. All you got to do is put the performer's name down and then judge them 1 through 5, 5 being the best, on all them categories. There's 2 places on there where you can tip your boy for doing all this hard work, and there's also a big QR code where you can get advance tickets for cheaper in future dates. Also, the topic or premise this week was the misadventures of a telepathic taxi driver, and you know that sounds like there's a lot of possibility in there, so I'm really excited about that. As judges tonight, I got Mr. Pete Barlow in the house. Pete Barlow will also be doing a closing set for us at the end of the show. We got the owner, Melinda, in the house. Melinda's in the house. And we got the infamous Doug James, Uncle Daddy Doug, in the house. All right. So how everything works is they're going to come up and they're going to do 5 minutes. They're going to either be on the premise or they're not. The premise is the topic. If they're not on topic, don't give them no damn points. You got to put that 0 on there. But if they bring the funny and they can do it, then that's good. It doesn't matter if they don't have to be on premise. I'll go back and forth with them on bullet points. Then the judges will talk, and then we will move on this motherfucker right here. And other stuff is just stuff for me to remember. Yeah. All right. So usually, say what? It is the misadventures of a telepathic taxi driver. You see. Now I used to watch that taxi show, the Taxi Cab Confessions, back in the '80s, because my moms would let me stay up real late, and I'd be watching HBO. I'm not supposed to. That was good times. Anyway, Taxi Cab Confessions was naughty, man. They was always doing some crazy shit on that show. And in the taxi, I was like, y'all are not ashamed of nothing, are you? That's ridiculous. So, I'm going to go ahead and make the first person be... We got a couple of new people on the list. I don't want to put them first. Is Dave in the house? Where's Dave? Dave, you want to be first tonight? Come on up. You the sexiest motherfucker on the Just Joust Comedy Calamity tonight.
There's not a lot of competition for that title, Happy.
That's true. Can you do a little wiggle for us? All right. All right, everybody give it up for my man, Dave Miner.
Thank you. So where's everybody in from? Where are you from, sir? Aiken. Okay, Graniteville.
No,
nice.
I live there. I'm not from there.
I see. Where you live. That makes a difference. How about you guys? Where are you from? Grovetown. Okay, cool. That's nice. Very nice. Anyone from New Ellington here? New Ellington. It's kind of a special place out there. It's the Atomic City out there near the nuclear power plant, where the rents are low and the natives glow. And I used to do a lot of partying back in the day there. That's why I asked, because I dated some of the ladies out there, some of the hot 6-fingered gals, and I didn't use any protection. And I don't know if I have any kids or not, but I'd hate to get to the end of my set and some guys in the back like, "That's my dad." I'm going straight to hell. Anyway, not sorry. But I remember driving from Augusta to New Ellington. I counted 26 churches, including the Free Biker Church. And I wonder what the Sunday service is like at the Free Biker Church. Could you turn in your hymnals to page 67? I'm a cowboy, on a steel horse I ride. Yeah, no, the only way I usually get around in the CSRA is Uber, Lyft, or I drive drunk. Well, I mean, not everywhere, not like on my way to work or anything. Definitely on my way home, though. Right, Melinda? You know what I'm talking about. But taxis, there's not a lot of call for taxis. I don't remember using a taxi here in Augusta. But there are some cities in the U.S. where taxis are still prevalent. You got New York City for yellow. They got the yellow taxis there. D.C., there's a lot of cabs there. And in Vegas, got to use a cab in Vegas because you're usually pretty fucked up. So I remember going to work once for Vegas, and man, we partied our asses off in Vegas. It was so much fun. Every night we'd stay up later and later. And I remember we were downtown, Fremont Street, and me and my buddy Rich, we wanted to head back to the Strip. So we got a taxi, and we're on the highway, just shooting the shit in the back of the cab. All of a sudden, some guy just cut us off viciously, and the car swerved, and I'm like, that guy must be on something. And our big, fat Japanese cab driver turns around, and he's like, oh, yes, out here, everybody on something. Even me. I don't leave the house without having some sense of Mia. And Rich and I are looking at each other like, what the fuck? A little sketchy riding around Vegas with a stoned Asian driving us around. But we got back to the hotel safe and sound. And then we tipped the guy out in weed. And I'm wondering if maybe he was playing us. Maybe he was kind of psychic and he knew he could get some weed from us. I guess that would be one way to cure the old corner bag blues. You guys know about the corner bag blues when you're almost out of weed and you haven't made any arrangements yet to get more? You get the corner bag blues, but and they're terrible. All you got left is seeds and stems. At least that's the way it was back in the day. See, kids, back in the day, about half the weight of your bag of weed was seeds and stems. And you're going to take about a half an hour, like pulling stems out, crumbling up all the weed onto your Leonard Skinner Gold and Platinum double album. So the key was it had to be a double album so you could flip it up, and you put the weed on one side, and if you tip it up just right, you get to the level where the seeds would start to slide down, but the weed would stay put because the coefficient of friction of the seeds was less than that of the weed. That's it. College was fun. That'll be 2106. What? 2106, man. We're here. Fox's Lair. Jamaican Gypsy Cab. Oh, shit. Yeah, I guess we are. That's it. That's my set. Thank you.
Okay, so what the fuck? Were you in a dream, or I'm confused?
You tell me.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, we're in a dream right now, dude.
It's all an illusion.
If you ask me.
That's it. Taking the ride.
And then the crowd work right off the bat, brave. Okay, you talked about glowing shit. SRS be having some glowing shit and some things with 3 legs and 2 penises. And then you sang some Bon Jovi.
I did. I like to sing a little
John
bit now.
Bon Jovi, you know what I'm saying? Oh, whoop, whoop. That's good. And then you said Vegas and the Asian accent, the taxi driver.
Yep.
Now, was the reason that you could get away with doing an offensive Asian accent in your joke is because you were inside of a dream in your joke?
That sounds good to me.
Okay, good. All right, we got that worked out. Separating the seeds from the marijuana, that is excellent. That is fun.
It was,
I remember those days.
It was the funnest.
When I first started selling weed, it all had stems and seeds. Nowadays, if I see stems and seeds, I get upset.
Yeah, that you get ripped off.
This is the new days we live in. Weed tip, that's good when you can tip your taxi driver with the weed.
Yes, he was actually very excited.
Now, I don't understand still where the telepathic part came in.
Well, he was telepathic because he knew that we had weed.
Let me change my score slightly.
Shit, that's crazy.
That was subversive.
I Oh yeah, I guess I brushed over that. I'll put more emphasis on that next time.
Emphasis, yeah, please do.
That was a great
What you got to say about it, Pete?
Now, it's appropriate that your name is Dave Minor because your talent is minor. We've established I'm the mean one.
It's ER.
Yeah,
I
he's-
know.
He's
ER,
the
not
Now,
OR.
I will say this, Dave. I like the backwards baseball cap. It makes you look youthful and cool.
Yes, that's what I was going for.
Absolutely. You look like the worst 21 Jump Street narc ever.
That's right.
He looks like he's not registered.
Hi
to
kids,
vote.
do you like violence?
Exactly. But to give you some actual constructive feedback, I always love seeing you perform. You've got great presence. My one note, especially considering how weird the topic is, I was kind of hoping you'd go weirder and bigger with this. But
Okay.
I think you're always a great storyteller, so you did a good job.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
All right, Pete, what's up there, Melinda? What you got to say about it?
Well, number one, you suck because you took all my shit. I was going to give him hell about.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I did? That's
I
my job,
That's it.
Melinda.
That's what going
remember the
third is
dirt
like.
weed, and I pray that I can find some again because this new shit fucks you up.
It sure does.
You got to hold the microphone.
The new weed.
Telepathic shit.
Make her
too.
hold
I
it
don't
up to
know,
him
I don't
now.
know. So, sorry. This is all new, but, I like to talk. So, just the whole premises of you talking about the taxi cab driver and that it might be a father. Was it your father?
Right. Right. That was it was supposed to be a political reference to the one of the things that happened in the DNC. But if you didn't get it, I'm not going to really go any more
Oh,
beyond
a
that.
secret DNC joke.
Okay. So
You
there's your
clever,
telepathic.
backwards hat wearing son of a bitch.
Have we established how cool you look today?
With
Yes,
this
we
fucking
have.
splatter shirt, skull. I don't even know what's going on,
And he's
bro.
wearing shorts.
I hope you're not going to vote like that.
I don't know. I only wore pants 3 times last year.
What is these shoes?
All 3 were
you know?
court appearances, right?
New
No,
Balance.
2 funerals and once on New Year's because I felt like it.
He's wearing New Balances. You don't run no damn where.
Come on, it's a runner's body.
You ain't ran since 1992. Shut up.
Well, Dave, I have really enjoyed watching you grow through this, and thank you for being like one of the first to pop your cherry here.
Thank you. Thank
Hell
you.
yeah! Look at her using the microphone.
Making me
correctly.
blush.
All right, Melinda. Thank you. What's
all
up, Doug?
suggestive and stuff. Dave, I love you, man. You're awesome. At first, I was ready to send you to hell. You was telling retard jokes, and I knew. But then you played a Bon Jovi reference, and then you totally redeemed yourself. So you're right back on my good side, man. But
Can't go wrong with that.
and the stoner humor, man, is like you're telling my life story, man. I just like separating all the shit. How many countless hours I've done.
yes.
that, man.
You see your kind of followers here.
I can tell that you spend a lot of time in preparation, man, and just stick with it.
Okay.
And you're improving every week. Love you, bro.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you all.
Y'all give it up for
Appreciate it.
Dave Minor. The thing about that is that Dave's got a job. You know what I'm saying? He got shit to do, but he still find time to do what he got to do whenever he's trying to be good up on stage. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to sacrifice and make the work for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm teaching this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's philosophy. It works. There's something up there. I just can't see it right yet.
Sometimes
I'll
say
look for it
maybe
later.
to drugs.
Brandon, you ready to do your thing? Come on, baby. Come on. We got somebody that I believe it's your first time, right? It's your first time? It is his first time ever doing stand-up comedy. Y'all give it up for Brandon McLeod.
Damn, you gave him my government. We recording. Oh shit. Yeah, we rolling. Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Brandon. I'm from Aiken County, so I'm with you, bro. I don't live there, but shit, I'm from there. All right. Anywho, let me get on to the premise. So, there's been a couple times I've ordered rideshare through Aiken, Augusta. The difference, Aiken don't really got a damn lick of shit out there no more. So, I'm just saying, if they would have picked me up out of Aiken, the times they would have picked me up in, it's like, shit, 1:30 a.m. And that would have been an awkward fucking ride, because I was damn 21 when I was doing rideshare, bro. All you're doing is riding to go get pussy, bro. So, yeah, I was in the rideshare for the pussy wagon. And luckily I was driving myself, but if someone was picking me up, That's what I would be doing. Anywho, sorry for the women in here. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so here's a guy I'm gonna make up right now. Here we go. What's up, everybody? I'm Ahmed. I just moved down here from New York. Yeah. So anywho, I like driving down here, guys. I like driving. The Augustins, they be like, hey, take me to Martinez. I'd be like, what the fuck is that? You know, then I'll be like picking people up, and then sometimes they smell, you know. So funniest smells I got, you know, curry. We got a little bit of damn salmon. Like, who eats a tuna fish sandwich, man, and gets in a fucking car with somebody, bro? And you ain't finished it, bro. You just got the whole car smelling like goddamn Badussi. So, anywho, another joke I got, this is really weird, but I fuck with this shit. All right, yeah, give it up for the Foster Slayer one time for the one time. Anywho, I couldn't do ride share in 2024. It's too fucking weird. Everybody got down just weird, bro. Like, why would I pick somebody up in a car I insure? Unless you fucking, like, get in here at 12 o'clock at all times of the day just because I could make, like, $20 and you could throw up in my shit. Damn, bro. We made it that far in life, man. America. That shit crazy. So you can do anything you want, man, as long as you got a car. That's where we at, man. So the reality is, like, I can really get in some ride sharing shit and, like, rack it up tomorrow. So everybody might want to damn, if you looking for some money right now, you gonna find some weed. You might find some girls. You might find your next love friend if you single. Just hop in your car. You might do a DoorDash and find the love of your life. I know I have a couple times. Shit. I ain't gonna tell y'all about the lady I met through DoorDash. She was great. So, shit, I ain't gonna go into it no more because this is recorded. But hey, appreciate y'all, Foster Slayer. I know that shit was terrible.
All right. Okay.
Let's go.
That's all right. That was good. Talked about ride share, pussy wagon, and then you ran the women off right away. Then you say something about smelly dude Ahmed from New York, and then ran off the Mid-Eastern people right away. And anybody that didn't want to be racist at that pretty
Y'all know they're driving that shit in Atlanta right now.
You know what I'm saying? And then ride
then
share.
it's the Africans.
Then you had the ride share where it sounded like you was the driver of the ride share.
Yeah, I was going
And then
there.
you had met some women's, and you had met some connects on weed and all that stuff.
That's what happens.
Is that what happens?
That's 24/7 right now in ride share.
No shit.
I met this nice lady when I was working at Zaxby's.
Why you holding that microphone like you don't know how a microphone works?
I don't know how microphones work, bro.
Dear Heavenly Lord Bones. You play music too, don't you?
I don't.
Stop lying.
Sometimes.
See, look how better it sounds when you don't cup it like that.
Okay.
What you got to say about this fool, Pete? This is his first time. You know what I'm saying? Be hard on him.
All right, I'm not trying.
Give it to me.
Not trying to get Dave too excited, but let's go, Brandon. So excited to see you performing.
Sorry, bro.
Oh, yeah, and then you pandered. You was like, let's hear it for the Foster Slayer.
You know my guy.
All right. How's it feel to get your first open mic out of your way?
Man, like the first 2 minutes and 50 seconds were shit, bro. Like I fuck with it though.
All right. I know I'm supposed to be the asshole, but again, it's your first time. You actually have a really natural presence on stage.
Okay.
So like I've seen plenty of people who their open mic they just flatline it, and like you seem very comfortable, possibly because of the sunglasses.
That's bright, bro.
It's very bright. I
would have been crying.
I've
this
just
point.
accepted that there's holes burned in my cornea right now.
Okay.
Now I will say this about the sunglasses though, because we do audience reaction. Like being able to like,
couldn't get
see
my
the
eyes.
audience make eye contact a little bit is only going to help. And I realized that Happy Bones is sitting right next to me and judging me so harshly right now. Like, what's wrong with sunglasses?
Wait, what?
No. I love roasting Happy. He has no idea where he's
back
at.
to back sunglasses. Even last week, sunglasses.
Hey, man, I'm videoing. I got to be... But
I will
that
say
one
this.
video's not on right now, but that
Like I
video's
said,
on.
you got a natural delivery, so keep up at it.
Yeah, do that.
No
Thank
sunglasses
you,
my
Pete.
next time.
What's up, Melinda?
Okay, so
Oh damn.
thank you
You're
for
welcome.
popping another cherry.
Wow.
It always makes me feel special.
Woo.
But I'm going to tell you, for telepathic
Oh,
taxi
damn.
rides,
I ain't do nothing telepathic.
well, listen to what you did. You talked about a pussy wagon. You talked about tuna. You talked about salmon. Ooh, you talked about some
Salmon?
shit. You
Bruh.
talked about throwing up in that motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
I hope I never ride with you in a taxi cab.
We might ride together, but never go.
Or in
I
the
never want to
elevator
be driving.
for that matter.
I'ma
But
get
thank
your
you
ride.
for getting up. You did a great job.
Appreciate you.
Right on. What's up with that, Doug?
Man, I'm liking the look. You got the real 80s rapper thing going on. We got the Kumo D glasses and the
Oh,
LL
snap.
Cool J Kango. I'm digging
Okay.
it. I'm digging it. You might want to get some of them fingerprints off your shit, though.
Oh, shit.
You look
You
like
know I didn't care.
You
You
look
know I
like you
didn't
just
care.
got mugged and shit. You know, I'm just saying. But
That's the look I was
but I'm
going
digging
for.
it. But man, you look very natural up there. You look like it suits you. And if you get a topic that is quite not so difficult as this one is, I think maybe you might excel at that. So congratulations, man. Good job.
Woo, thank y'all.
Hell yeah, y'all give it up for Brandon McLeod for his first time. That's pretty awesome. First time. All right. This guy came in and he is. Is he still here? I meant to put him first because he's got to go to work early in the morning. But Bryce, if you want to come on up and handle this business right here. Everybody give it up for Bryce Pearson. Forgive me for not putting you first.
Cool, man. I'm going to need some assistance with the microphone for a minute because I want to explain something that happened at work today, and I got to show y'all with my hands. Okay. Well, I decided I was going to get off work just a little bit early so I could do my set, and so I'm waiting in the fab shop, and there's this guy that was in the fab shop with me, and his name's Tommy, and Tommy's a pretty good fella. He's about the same age as me. And what I find so interesting about Tommy is when Tommy was younger, he started running with a bad crowd, and he got his ass in a lot of trouble, and so he ended up having to do a little prison time. And I really love all his stories that he tells about prison. And ladies and gentlemen, today was no different. So I'm sitting in the shop, and he's talking about his prison stories. And he's welding, and I'm waiting to get off get off work. And all of a sudden he stops welding, he picks up his hood, he says, Bryce, he says, do you know what my favorite way to masturbate in prison was? I said, damn, Tommy, I didn't know that you had options in prison. He said, oh yeah, we had plenty of options. He said, but you want to know what my favorite one was? Y'all want to hear this? Yes. Yeah, I did too. All right, I'm going to need a little assistance from somebody to hold the microphone. He said, Bryce, well, he had welding gloves on, so it looks cooler, but you're going to get the gist of this. He said, Bryce, he said, what we used to do is we used to find us two latex surgical gloves. And he said, and we would take it and we would tie the fingers together. Y'all see this? I said, okay. He said, and then you tie the thumbs together. I said, okay. He said, and Bryce, and we'd fill it full of hot water and then tie the wrists together. And then you stuck your dick in there. I said, damn, Tommy. I said, that even looked like a real pussy. He said, oh, Bryce, and it felt like the real thing, too. He said, and let me tell you, Bryce, the hotter the water, the better. The hotter, the better. That damn Tommy. Yeah, I see a few of you guys. I see the look on your face. I know what y'all going to do when y'all get home from the show tonight. Because dating's hard, man, especially for a guy my age, because women my age, they don't even want to have sex anymore. And I understand it's a natural thing, and you're going through your thing, and ladies, I understand. So that means that I have to focus on two different age demographics. Either women in their younger 40s or women in their late 50s, early 60s. And now let's face it, women in their younger 40s, they don't want nothing to do with me because, let's just admit it, to them, I come across as a guy that ain't quite got his shit together. Fair enough. Fuck them bitches. But then you got the demographic, you got the women who are in their late 50s, early 60s. Now, them women are quite frightening. I mean, a 60-year-old woman coming out of menopause, she's just like a female praying mantis. They ready to mount, mate, and rip your head off after they have sex with you. And I know the last 60-year-old woman I had sex with, she damn near killed me. I almost didn't get out of that thing alive. And I just don't know if I can handle you ladies. I just don't know if I can do it. So now I'm stuck. I mean, what do I do? I mean, here lately I've come to the self-realization that I may never ever have sex again. Fucking ever. And for a guy like me, that's a harsh reality to deal with, you know? But I try to cope with it. I'm coping with it a little better with each passing day. I mean, take the day, for instance. The very first thing I did when I got off work is went and bought me a big-ass box of latex surgical gloves. That's instant pussy right there, ladies and gentlemen. All I got to do is add hot water. The hotter the water, the better, Bryce. The hotter, the better. That's my time.
All right. All right, you started off saying the fab shop, and I'm not sure if everybody in the room would know exactly what a fab shop is. That's a fabrication place, right?
Yeah.
All right, hold the microphone up when you're talking. Fab shop, yes. And Tommy was in prison, and he made a foo-foo. Don't they call them like foo-foos in prison?
I don't know. He showed me how to make one.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I wrote down the instructions.
He's got some wonderful stories, too. I might tell y'all some more.
Ain't got your shit together. You fucking the elderly people. No more sex for you. And then you called back to making yourself a pussy out of the latex gloves. Good job, man. Good job. Now you know his name is Fifi. Okay.
Is that what it is?
That's what they call
Fifi?
it in prison, the Fifi. What'd you think, Pete?
All right. Have you not considered that maybe women your age still enjoy sex? They just don't want sex with you. That's a possibility.
That has crossed my mind.
The biggest notes I've got for you, I'll start with the negative because, again, I'm the mean one. There was no mention of the topic.
Nope.
So with a I recommend if you're trying to workshop stuff like that, do that at an open mic. But with competition, at least some mention of cabs, some mention of telepathy. I feel like there's little ways you could have tied it in, even if it was a little contrived. So I recommend just try to work it into the subject. That being said, your callback was amazing. I was kept waiting for it. Dude, call back to the gloves, and then you did. I'm like, he stuck the landing.
Yeah, Pete was really excited when he heard you do that call.
And you taught us all a really great new your coworker taught us all a new technique. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
That's right. He wrote down the instructions, too. I saw him. I was like, oh, shit. He wrote it down, too. What you think, Melinda?
Well, I think that if he'd have used telepathy, that
It would have went something like this.
there would not have been masturbation in prison. You could have been fucking women at 40 and 50 because they're ready. And now you have to design your own pussy. But keep working on that.
You're gonna draw little eyes and a little nose. And like, oh, she's giving me hands. What'd you think, Doug?
Well, I thought the Fab Shop was the gay store. I didn't know.
Oh my
I know
God! See what I'm saying? What can be? He can be miscon. You know what I'm saying? You can be.
Again, I thought you was talking.
I was down at the Fab Shop.
Then the rest of it was like
Tommy was telling me how it was in prison. So.
right, and then it was prison welders masturbating in the gloves and shit. And your boy Tommy's fucked up. I just want you to know.
Yeah, I mean, he was short of just demonstrating. He was like, "Look at how good it looks."
I don't know.
Like,
I would
are you
come to
popping
a
Joe
barbecue
right now,
at
bro?
your house. I don't know that I would.
Calm it down.
I'm just saying.
He
Great job, great
a
presence,
latex
and the
glove.
callback. Yeah, good job, man.
All right, man.
Hell yeah, y'all give it up for Bryce Pearson, man. Okay, so this next guy was the top guy last week, and he had sent me a text earlier today, and he was like, "Hey, check this out. It's funny," and I didn't, but but whenever he got here, I was like, I'm gonna play this shit before he goes up, and we'll see what happens. Okay, all of us is hearing this for the first time. Oh wait, hold on. Should I set it up?
I can tell you what it
All right, he'll set it up for you real quick. Everybody, I'm gonna go ahead and give him this, but y'all hold your applause.
I didn't know this was go down, but yeah. So basically, this is several years ago, 5-6 years ago, I think. You can even hear my baby in the background. Wilder's like maybe a year old, and it's a prank call I made to a gynecologist office in Alaska. I mean, I can't tell you why I did that, but I mean, we were bored and we mailed that out.
This was a long time ago, you said?
Oh, yeah, it was about 5-6 years
And you
ago.
tried to get through as many names that you
Basically,
call vagina
yeah,
as possible.
I went to Wikipedia, got all as many names
you
for the
Wikipedia'd
vagina
that shit.
as I could find. And the intent was maybe get 3 or 4 before they hung up. But she threw me off guard, and I've got through the whole list, so it's kind of you'll hear.
That's good.
pretty.
That's good. Let's watch his face while we listen. Everybody reacts to this shit. Let's see.
Yeah, it gets through this little first part.
Calm down.
Yeah, you hot bang to I'm sorry, I'm ball. Who shoot? Scream. I was done at Come Dump.
Oh my God.
Yeah. He never hung up.
Okay.
Yeah, that was.
I was worried that wouldn't be worth it, but that was very much worth it.
I figured you'd get a kick out of that. That's why I did that. So.
I'm glad I waited to play it, because if I heard it the second time, it wouldn't have been as funny. This is the first time, and I laughed really hard that time. Yeah, and it's like, that's the only workout my belly really gets these days.
You probably made that girl's day. She was like, that's Alaska. That's the first call they had in 3 months.
Oh, man, she wasn't hanging up that phone. She was impressed. I bet she even went to a doctor and was like, oh, yes, sir, it's a hatchet wound. It's fine.
She was like, how
Hatchet wound was my favorite one. That was my favorite. I even got a mask that his name is Hatchet Wound. It's like a devil. Well, not devil.
You had
like
to practice that, so I'm sure that she was like, well, let me just.
No, that was like right off. I just saw the list.
Oh, you were reading it?
Yeah, I
just
went off.
Yeah, that's cheating. Okay, but I liked it. it. It's hard to do prank calls.
Well, I mean, I did
days.
like the first 4 or 5, but then I was like, well, she's not going. And I was going down the damn list, and I was like, oh shit. Hey.
All right, well, let's get to your 5 minutes.
Yeah, knock or nothing.
Everybody, give it up for Aaron Heath, yo.
Hey, how y'all doing tonight? How y'all doing tonight?
Started
Okay.
yet? I need to erase the scores.
All right. Well, I didn't know that was gonna happen until just now. So cool. No pressure. My daughter's here tonight too, so no pressure at all from that. There is something I just want to say for first, though, real quick. It's kind of serious, a little serious. But mental health, y'all. It ain't a game. It ain't nothing to play with. It's it's not a trend or anything like that. And if you're struggling with mental health, please find an outlet. Find somebody to talk to, something to help you get through it. Like, I found comedy, and man, I'm telling you, it's done a world of difference for me. But it's like, and I don't even know if I'm good at it. I know it makes me feel good, and if y'all laugh, then it makes me feel good. So, but if you are struggling, find some help, please, and get through that. I mean, laughter, scientists have proven laughter is a cure for a lot of shit. So, I mean, so if you're in here with herpes tonight, laugh extra hard, and then, we'll get through it. So that's all I want to say about that, just to kind of keep that in mind. Talk to somebody if you're having problems. But yeah, man, the taxi cab driver, I thought about this a lot, and I was like, I cannot wrap my head around why somebody with the capability of reading minds would be a taxi driver. I mean, there's only a few that come to mind. What do you think? What do you think? Why would a guy that can read minds drive people around? I don't know. I'll be bored, yeah. I mean, guy, anything.
He doesn't want to work at a
Well, I mean, I feel like, yeah, it could be a cool gimmick, you know. You just be a silent taxi. You ain't even got to tell him where you're going to go. You just get in, think about where you're going, he takes you, you know. But only the reason I personally would be a taxi driver, because, I mean, honestly, really think about poker. You got, you know, I mean, there's a lot. You could probably change the world on either spectrum, good or bad, with that capability. But taxi driver, the only reason I would do it is good old-fashioned American extortion. That's right, blackmail. But not just everybody. You're not blackmailing everybody that comes into your cab. You're scoping out places. You've done your homework. You know the clientele. You know where they've been. You're probably up down Wall Street. I like to think of the guy being the guy getting the taxi as I like to think he's kind of a daddy money douchebag. You know, got dirty secret. Cab driver picks him up, and, you know, everything's normal. Starts taking him to the destination. Kind of fishes. You know, he's got to fish a little bit. He's got to, like, you know, throw a little bone out there so the guy thinks about, like, hey, there's a hooker over there. And, you know, get the guy kind of thinking. And that way, you know, instead of driving to his destination, he pulls up to the spot where they buried the hooker after the bachelor party gone wrong. I think you just simply look at him and be like, fares increased. I don't think there'll be much argument. What do you want me to pay you? What do you want me to pay? I mean, that would be my idea, you know, of it. Like, you know, it's just, I mean, I just can't think of anything else other than that. I mean, like I said, you wouldn't pick up your average Joe, take him to work, and then go tell his wife that he's jacking off to Taylor Swift in the porta potty, or, you know, nothing like that, you know. But, you know, like, maybe a guy that's picking up, you know, that could help. You know, maybe cheaters. I mean, I could think of better things now that I'm standing up here looking like a dick talking. I could think of some cooler ideas, but comedy would be a fucking good one. Damn, that would be a good one if you could read minds, but only if you could control it. If you can't control it, fuck that. Oh, man, you don't want to hear what everybody's thinking. I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, if I could turn it on and off, maybe. But other than that, I can't think of a reason to be a cab driver or without a big capability. But now I can. So that's all I got, guys. Thank you.
All right. Coming in at a little over 3 minutes. That's cool in the gang, man. Just a dang. You took a lot of your time spent to speak on suicide prevention and you know, how laughter and all that, science, and that's cool.
Herpes.
That's cool. But then you jumped to herpes, which
herpes is serious, man.
Of course, but I was thinking, oh shit, you know, somebody in here probably was forgetting for once that they had herpes, and then you reminded them, and then they're like, fuck, I want to fucking kill.
Well, really, my trick was to find out who was laughing extra hard, and I was gonna like, they got herpes.
Oh, see, no, not well.
Yeah, like, hey, they found.
That's
profiling.
That's profiling.
I mean, I was just, like, you know, I'm gonna help my boy out, you know, like, you know.
Folks, at least we know what the H on his hat stands for now.
What is the what now?
We know what the H on his hat stands for now. It's herpes.
Oh.
He's trying to warn you all.
I get it.
Herpes is
Don't
serious.
use the bathroom
He's
after
looking for
mental health, but herpes go hand in hand. I imagine the herpes is pretty bad on the mental health. I mean, I would assume.
Well, that's what I meant. I was like, you was doing all these good talking about helping people and stuff like that, but then you mentioned herpes at the end, and they had forgot they had herpes, and then you reminded them they had herpes, and then all what you said in the good part was just gone because they was like, fuck it.
But then they laughed extra hard, and now the herpes are gone.
Okay, well,
it's science.
You know what? If you know the science behind getting rid of
laughter is the best medicine. Is that not anybody else heard that?
Now, I did like the part where you were talking about a silent taxi cab.
That would be kind of cool. I mean, that'd be a gimmick. That'd be the only other reason.
Get in, the taxi driver knows exactly where the fuck I want to go. But I changed my mind so much, he'd be like, "Fucking make up your mind, Holmes." I don't know why he's Mexican, but goddamn, Holmes. You want to go through your moms, or you want to go through your sisters, or you want to go through your wife?
That is a good point, though, now I think about it. Like, I guess it depends on the race of the cab driver, too.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, because, like, they're going to read some scary little white
fuck,
I ain't picking that motherfucker up.
You didn't go Ahmed on anybody, so that's good. But you did turn into a snitch on us, and that's not cool, bro. You was like, I'm going to make money off of telling on you, and if you don't give me money, I'm going to tell on you.
But
that's equal to a snitch.
I thought about this, but who is he telling on? The daddy money douchebag or the infidel asshole cheating on the
I
wife.
mean,
He's not like, well, actually, I said he's not doing that. He's got a specific clientele. He's on Wall
I
Street.
get what you're saying, but it would not cause it not to be as equal. See, I wrote down info equals danger.
Oh, shit, you really did right there.
Danger, Aaron.
Oh,
Danger.
we're cool, man.
Don't want die.
We're cool.
I don't want you to die.
Hey, Eagle is
right.
All right.
Happy you don't want him telling on people, but you made this week's topic telepathy. I'm just saying this is on you.
I mean, yeah, you know, I'm reading your mind. I just ain't gonna tell nobody about it.
Well, you did stray from the taxi. I was like, the whole thing was like it only works when you're in the taxi. You know what I'm saying? It's like, fuck, every time I get in the taxi, I'm fucking psychic, and I don't understand why. God help me like that, but then God ain't there. God is not going to help.
God's
me.
everywhere.
I mean, I know
Jesus
that, Aaron.
is everywhere.
Jesus Christ. Is a friend of mine. Okay, he's
He
just
loves
all right
you.
with
He loves
me.
all of you.
So then you upcharged them if you felt like you might want to snitch on them. They had a bunch of money. Okay, I can get behind that. But big CEO people, you know what I'm saying, that take bonuses.
He's not snitching. They're paying the money.
You know they up to some fucking grimy shit too.
Paying the money because he could be his own. He can be the.
Yeah. Okay.
He'll even represent him in court. Say, look, man, I'll tell you what the judge.
All right. Do
Let me-
that. Yeah.
Oh.
I get it. Fab shop.
Yeah.
All right. What you got to say, Pete?
All right, I say this, of all the comedians here tonight, you stayed on topic the most, which I respect. So good job.
Yeah. Ditto on that. Yeah.
And as someone who's seen you perform, I think 4 times now.
Fourth time.
Fourth time? All right. I would say each time you get a little bit better. So I can tell you're practicing, you're taking this seriously, and I really like that. So good job. Keep it up.
All right, thank you. If you said something negative, I was going to call you Blippi's brother, Bloopy.
And here I thought that he was
You know
going to
who
be the
Blippy
mean
is?
one.
Yeah, I know who Blippy is.
I know Blippy.
I don't know.
Yeah, but you didn't say nothing mean, so now.
Don't take
Now
over the
you're-
conversation. Don't
now
control
you're-
it now.
I'm sorry.
This is my show, goddammit.
You better take them comments because he was supposed to be the mean one.
Oh, I know. I love that, man. I'm going to go home.
Yeah, who's the mean one on the America's Got Talent?
the
What's his
mean one?
name?
I was expecting
Simon.
No,
Yeah.
I think you
Simon.
had a really great start with calling out all our names.
Well, my cherry got popped here, too.
But I heard a kid in the background the whole time, so I know you experiment a lot. I get it. It was funny. But if you
With
were
butt stuff?
telepathic and you could control comedy, hey, then you'd make a lot of money off that damn blackmailing scheme.
I'd
and
play
your
poker.
taxi cab with
Danger.
some dirty secrets.
Danger. I wrote it
Just
down.
saying.
Hell yeah.
I enjoyed you though. Keep doing what you're
Thank
doing.
you,
I
thank you,
good
appreciate
thank you.
coming in.
job. All right, Melinda. What you got to say there, Douglas?
Aaron, good job, man. I mean, again, number 3. I feel like you kind of fell off a little bit this week. That compared to last week, you was really on last week. You nailed it
I
last
thought it
week.
sucked last week.
And again, I think my highest score from you is going to be the staying on the topic part. I appreciate that because this is a very difficult topic to do. But if I have a word of advice, is try to trim the fat a little bit more to the punchline, and a little less time setting it up.
Okay, yeah.
Other
You
than
see
that,
my
great job,
list?
man.
Hell
A whole
yeah.
list
Y'all
of
give
stuff.
it up for Aaron
Thank you.
Heath. I hope that fucking phone call came through on something because that shit was funny. All right. Let's see what else I got on this motherfucker. Oh, yeah. I'll be damned. It's the last guy on the list. And I don't know him, and I haven't seen him perform. But, Tom, you want to come up here? How do you say your last name, Tom? That's what I thought, but I wanted to make sure before I introduced you. Everybody give it up for Tom Gilson.
Hey, how's it going? So let me grab this. I don't think I need notes, but just in case. So I'm Tom Gilson. That's like Wilson, but with a G. Let's see here. All right, so I had to take a cab. All right, so I was running late for work, so I jumped in the cab and said, "Hey, man, look, I'm late for work. I need to get downtown." And he kind of talked to me all mystical, like I thought he was fucking with me at first, but he's like, yes. Are you sure you should be focusing on work today? And I said, I thought he was fucking with me. So I was like, yeah, man, I need to get to work. So he's like, most people, they focus mainly on work, but they need to find a good work-life balance. I was like, all right, dude, if you're fucking with me, that's cool, but I need to get out and get another cab. Either way, I need to get to work. He's like, I'll take you to work. Let's go. So I said, okay, cool. So it's on 1567, and before I could even finish the address, he's like, 1567 14th Street, downtown. Let's go. And he just pulls away. And I'm like in my mind, like, what the fuck just happened, right? I mean, I said the street address, so maybe he just called. He kind of knew I was going to 14th Street and just kind of ran with it, but I just let it go. So we're driving. Now we get up onto the entrance ramp to the highway by my house, and it's backed up with construction, right? So they got the person out there with the damn stop sign, slow, stop. So we have to sit through that. We're waiting. Finally get through that. We get onto the highway, and the highway's backed up with traffic. Now I'm in my mind. I'm like, I thought I was in my mind. I actually said this shit out loud. I didn't mean to, but I was like, damn, we probably should have took back roads today. Highway's backed up. And he's going to say, literally, as a taxi driver, going to say, yes, this is a bad time for taking highway. We should. And I didn't mean to do the accent, but let's go ahead and just address this. Right? I didn't mean to make it racial, but we're talking about a mind-reading taxi driver. He's Indian, right? I mean, clearly, right? He's clearly Indian, right? But anyways, so he's like, yeah, this is the bad time of day to take the highway. And I'm like, what the fuck? You're a taxi driver. You should know. Anyways, let's just keep going. I didn't say anything about that. So we're getting close to work, and about a block away from work, out of nowhere, with no warning, he just slams on the brakes. Just stops. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then before I can even say anything, a little kid on a bike just comes zooming out of an alley, across the street right in front of us, and just keeps on going. Like he never even saw us. But if that taxi driver never stopped, he would have just smashed that kid. And I'm just like shooken. I'm like, whoa. Like all my problems for the day just disappeared, right? Like, dude, how did that? I asked him, like, how did you know that kid was about to come through? And he was like, I am a telepathic cab driver. It's like, holy shit. It all clicked into place. And I'm like, that's how he knew where I was going earlier. And then I kept thinking, I was like, well, wait a fucking minute now. Why did he take the highway if he knew it was going to be backed up? And why did he run me through that entrance ramp if all the construction was going on? So I was asking him, I was like, dude, what the fuck's going on? Like, he's like, I could tell that you would never give me a good tip. You were right. Yep, that was going to happen. So. All right, so I got one more. This is my first time as well, so Melinda, you can add another cherry to your belt. All right, so I used to be a drug dealer, y'all. Yep, me. I used to be a drug dealer. So what I would do is I would, you go to another drug dealer. I'd buy a bunch of drugs. That's how it works if you don't know. So I'd go to another drug dealer, buy a bunch of drugs, and I'd go back home, and if I'm being honest, I would end up doing all the drugs myself. But... Yep. But I always intended to sell those drugs, and that's what matters. That's what's really important, the intent to sell. That's a bit of a legal joke. All right, how's my time doing? Okay, I'll throw one more out here. So I got a new girlfriend. Yeah, I got a new girlfriend. Hell yeah. So a bit of a discrepancy here. So there's a bit of an age gap. So I'm 34, and my girlfriend is a freshman in college. Yeah, a bit of an age gap. My friends have been giving me shit about it. They're like, dude, how can you date someone so, she must be immature, right? She's so much younger than you. How can y'all even connect like that? And I'm like, dude, you don't understand, right? This is one of those genius-type college girls. This isn't your average college girl. She's like a fucking genius, right? In fact, she told me the other day if she stays on her current educational track, she'll have her master's before she gets her driver's license. So you tell me who's weird. Oh. All right. All right, that's all I got.
All right, Tom, I hear you. Oh, man, let's get into this shit. Jesus Christ. Oh, for real. I'm going to call on him.
Sorry, I really didn't want to do that joke because just a bit of background. He came in and he was like, hey, this is my daughter. Pretty much y'all don't hit on her. And then I threw that out there, so my bad.
All
right, cool.
And you keep on going with it. First off, stay over here in the light.
My bad.
Nobody can see you.
Oh, that shit is bright.
Yeah, so that's the point of it, though, man. I gotta tell them, teaching these. This is good learning for people. See, you be on some stages, you can't see the damn audience at all. And for comedy, some people's like, and then some people's like, well, I was on TV, so that's fine. And that's the way you gotta look at it. Anyway, fuck. Why am I preaching to you? So it's your first time doing this?
Yep.
All right, I knew it was because you can't hold the fucking microphone like this and expect somebody to hear what's going on.
Yeah,
right?
my bad.
And I'm real mad right now at you. I don't know why. You seem all right. I think it was the pedo joke. I don't like the pedo joke.
Yeah, that's a fair
like
point.
it.
That's a fair point.
What's that dude's name on Full House that The one that everybody thought was wholesome, but when you went and saw him, what was his name? Bob Saget.
Oh, yeah,
Bob
yeah,
Saget.
yeah. Yeah, his stand-up was pretty rough,
Yeah, he
I
was
think.
into pedo jokes.
Oh, was he?
Amongst his friends. We don't.
I'm
talk
not like into pedo jokes. I just happen to.
Don't
have
lie,
one.
Tom.
okay.
God damn it,
all
Tom.
my material isn't just straight pedo jokes.
Okay,
I don't think.
all right. Well, we're gonna
I
go
haven't
ahead and
checked.
give you the benefit of the doubt because you just slipped up that first time, but it
Fair
was your
enough.
first fucking time. And why would you do that? We're gonna give you hell on that.
Okay, cool.
All right, but you tried to sell drugs and you did them all, and that's cool. But you said at the beginning you used to sell drugs, right?
Right.
But you never sold any. You just sold a few.
No, I always intended to sell them, and that's what matters.
So you didn't
to
used to sell drugs.
No.
You just intended to sell the drugs.
Correct.
I used to intend to sell drugs. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I used to sell drugs. I still sell drugs, but I used to too.
There you go.
And you got a new girlfriend, and you brought her here tonight.
No, I don't have. That's my wife. I was just. Yeah, I
you don't have a
girlfriend.
girlfriend.
No,
You
no.
lied about that.
I did lie.
You
So
fucking liar.
not only was it a pedo joke, I was lying.
Is this
about
what you
it,
think comedy is, Tom?
I guess
Just
so.
getting up here and lying to people?
My bad.
You cannot be a storyteller unless it's a true story, goddamn it.
Fair enough.
Anyway, class over. What you got to say, Pete?
First off, congratulations on your first ever time.
Thanks.
Very exciting,
Yep.
right? That being said, all right, just some advice. If you're going to tell like a long form story, like, especially like the first one, which by the way, I just like to say, I don't know how it happened, but you can leave tonight saying you had the most racist of the cab driver stories. There was a lot of competition, but you did it, kid.
We saved
Fair
the
enough,
best for
fair
the
enough.
last.
But if you're going to tell a long form story, make sure to pepper in some jokes in between. 'Cause
Okay,
it was like
cool,
a big build up for like the punchline.
Yeah, I wrote that down. Fat. I say
Okay.
that to a lot of comics. You got to cut the fat.
Okay.
So you go over your story, you cut the fat out, and you find the funny, and then you punch it in. Pop, 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 pop. Like
Okay.
that.
Gotcha.
All right. What you got to say, Melinda?
Well, number one, thanks for popping my third cherry. I mean, it's special.
In one night.
Well, I really love the fact that you started with a topic and you stayed on topic. You're really right in that way.
Thank you.
I was like, cab right off the bat. That's good. Okay. All
Right.
Let's listen to this story.
Well, I like the fact that, you know, with the telepathic thing again and sharing and telling stories. So I like to tell stories when I tell jokes. So I like it. Just
Thank
make
you.
it funny when you do.
Yeah, that always helps.
And stay in the line, man.
Fair point.
Oh. Oh, yeah, right? She's the
But
mean one.
I really do love you, and I appreciate you.
Thank you.
for sharing.
I appreciate it.
All right, Doug, what you got to say?
So your
Doug
first
Love.
time doing stand-up, is it your first time on stage in any capacity?
Not technically. I'm an instructor for work, so I'm usually in front of a.
You're comfortable in front of people, and that's
Essentially.
you're very comfortable up here. I think you're a natural at doing comedy. I enjoyed it very, very much.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, there was some fat there, but I think you came closest to really nailing the topic. I mean, you spent a lot of time really focusing in on it. I think you did it very well. As a matter of fact, I think you probably did that best of anybody tonight. So very
Awesome.
good job, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right. Well, give it up to
All
Tom
right.
for his first time. Hell yeah. Tom Gilson. That was fun. All right. Is anybody else in here wanting to perform in the competition? No, don't see anybody. Okay. Then you're in luck then because I have the fabulous, most whitest man on the planet to finish this night out for you guys. And if you guys want to exit from this here table, I'll get these judges out of your way. And, yeah, she's free. She's free. Y'all give it up for the one and only Pete Barlow.
Good evening, 12 people. How are y'all doing tonight? Now, I will be honest, I was a little bit hesitant to come here tonight in light of all of the tragic news that's happening in the world right now. Obviously, what I'm referring to is that Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez broke up again. Folks, if those two cannot make their PR arranged marriage work, what hope do the rest of us have? Folks, the worst part about Bennifer breaking up again is that we will not get a sequel to Gigli. Y'all remember the movie Gigli, right? For those of you who did not see it, I watched it for you. Ben Affleck plays a mobster. Jennifer Lopez also plays a mobster, but she's a lesbian. And they fall in love while kidnapping a mentally handicapped man. Folks, that is the actual plot of an actual movie that studio executives actually paid millions of dollars to make. What I'm saying is all of your dreams are possible because Geely happened. Now, I'm thrilled to see audience here. This is amazing. Not always the case. Who here saw the flyer for tonight's show? Make some noise. All right, to some of you newcomers, did you come to this show actually expecting to see Steve from Blue's Clues performing? Like, I'm just saying, I love that ad, but I'm like, oh dear, we are setting some people up for like more disappointment than they're actually gonna get. No, it's cool. I'm used to getting it, folks. For those people who do not know, Steve Burns was the host of a show called Blue's Clues back in the 90s. To tell you what, just ask your kids. Okay, from the looks of it, some of you ask your grandkids. But either way, I have actually been mistaken for Steve Burns on a couple of occasions. Like, the first time it happened, I was like, no, I just look a lot like him. And then the second time, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna let you have it. You seem like you need the victory. And folks, I just imagine he ran off to see his friends like, guys, I just saw Steve from Blue's Clues at an open mic in Atlanta in the middle of the day. His career must really be in the dumps. Yeah, sure it is, kid. Like, folks, I get it. I look like every bald white man with glasses. And I love that people say that like they're just expecting it to be the first time. Like, Pete, you look like Moby. Never heard that shit before. Pete, you look like the dean from Community. Okay, folks, that one doesn't even make sense. The dean from Community is a creepy weirdo with an annoying voice who's constantly dressing up in elaborate costumes. Never mind, that one's actually kind of perfect. All I want from life is to be so famous that other bald white guys with glasses are told, hey, you look like that one Augusta comedian who never performs in Augusta. And I'll be like, mission accomplished. Let's make some noise for Augusta, everybody. Make some noise. All right. Who here is from Augusta? Born here. All right. I saw like one other person like, yeah, kind of. They're from Evans. It's fine. No, I love Augusta. It's like if they took the most economically depressed block of Atlanta, put it on a golf course, and just called it a city. No, but I do love a lot about Augusta. Like, for example, this is the cultural center of the Central Savannah River area. Take that, Aiken! Like, I mean, think of all the great icons that came from this city. Like James Brown, the hardest working man in show business. And probably other people. I think we have Tasty from Orange is the New Black. That's cool. No, but I do... Thank you, one person. That's the victory of the night. No, but I do love how much this city has embraced its native son, James Brown. Like, for example, did you know that there are 3 signs for the James Brown statue on the same block as the James Brown statue? Augusta, if you wanted people to see the statue, maybe you should have made it taller than 3 feet. Every time I've told that joke here, someone stands up and goes, that was his actual height. And I'm just thinking, wow, what a great excuse to not spend more money on the statue. Like, folks, if you've never seen it, it looks like they took, like, a lawn gnome that kind of resembled James Brown, spray painted it bronze, and were like, well, we'll just tell people he was short. Oh, goodness gracious. No, but Augusta really is the second best city in Georgia that begins with an A and ends with an A. Take that, Alatoona. Is that really a place? I'm not from the South. I'm just guessing. It sounds like... You know what? Speaking of which, what is with cities in Georgia having Greco-Roman names? Like, it's weird, right? Like, we've got Athens, Rome, Atlanta, Augusta, Helen, Sparta. Like, were the founding fathers in England thinking, which of our new territories evokes the birthplace of Western civilization? How about this backwoods swamp filled with hillbillies? Socrates would be so proud is what I'm saying. Now, Augusta's name actually comes from a Latin phrase, which means fine for a week. Fun fact, folks, that week is never PGA Masters Tournament. Now, the word Augusta, used in a sentence. A gust of wind could blow over most of the buildings downtown. It's okay. They're empty anyhow. Now, I do really want to thank Happy Bones wherever he is probably smoke. Oh, there you are.
I wasn't smoking weed.
You took a break from me. Thank you so much. I just want to say thank you so much for this opportunity to perform here for these great people tonight. Happy Bones called me up and was like, hey, Pete, do you think you could perform for 30 minutes? And I was thinking to myself, if I can perform for more than 30 seconds, I'm already proud of myself, folks. For the rest of you, that was a joke about premature ejaculation. Aren't you glad you brought your daughter here tonight? No, but I definitely agreed to do this because I saw it as a win-win situation. Like, if I'm funny here tonight, everyone's entertained, we have a good time. And if I really bomb, all of the aspiring comedians can be like, oh, that guy won a competition here? Man, there is hope for anybody, am I right? Like, comedians, trust me, nobody here can set the bar lower. My name is literally Bar Low. Folks, I heard that joke once before I joined the Army and 9,000 times since joining the Army. I don't know what asshole in Ellis Island came up with that, but I hope they're turning in their grave right now, just laughing their ass off. I'll give it some pause. Speaking of bars that are low to the ground, make some noise for Fox's Lair, everybody. This is one of the things I truly love about Augusta. Like, for starters, this place is the only bar I've ever been to that sells my favorite beer. It's the banana bread flavored beer. What in the name of Peeps flavored Oreos is that about? Like, folks, every time I drink that banana bread beer, I just imagine its conception. Like, somebody was like thinking to themselves, I love banana bread, but I'm also an alcoholic. How can I combine my two great passions? And it was just born here. And like, folks, I think I'm the only one who ever orders it, so I'm definitely putting somebody's kid through college. Like, another thing I love about Fox's Lair, they are normally closed on Mondays, but they opened up, it's just for us, so that comedians all around the CSRA can continue to disappoint their parents. Thank you very much for that, Fox's Lair. Speaking of parents, what kind of stand-up comedian wouldn't? Make some noise if you have or had parents. Kind of figured I'd have a soft landing on that one. Now, make some noise if you did or if you do get along with your parents or did. I love that because it's a slightly rockier landing. It's like, yeah, their ghosts might be haunting me right now. I gotta pretend. Now, folks, my parents have some very strange priorities. Like, I told my parents that I wanted to get a dog, And my mom said, "Oh, honey, no, you cannot get a dog. You work such long hours. Dogs require constant love and attention. You know what you should do instead? You should have some kids." And I'm just like, cool, that explains so much about my upbringing. Thanks, Mom. Now, my parents are very different people. My mom is a retired speech therapist from Wisconsin, hence the ridiculous accent from earlier. My dad is a passive-aggressive beanbag from Ohio. Sorry, the Ohio part was redundant. That just describes the entire state. My mom, oh, that's right, you're from Toledo. You have my sympathy. Holy mackerel. If there's any city that Augusta looks down on, it's Toledo. Holy mackerel. Augusta at least used to be good. Like, I'm just saying, folks, if you're from Ohio, like, everybody in Michigan's like, man, we dodged a bullet with that one, and we have Detroit and Flint. All right, but I digress. My mother is very athletic. When she was 60 years old, she ran the Boston Marathon. That's really cool. My father, on the other hand, looks like an albino version of Grimace. You know, the purple triangle monster from McDonald's. Like, I think genetically, I kind of landed somewhere in between those two extremes. It's just like pure mediocrity, like right here. Now, folks, at some point you look at your parents and you start to see them as being human. So every time I see my mom standing next to my dad, I just kind of look at them like, how exactly did this happen? And my mom is always quick to defend my dad. She's always like, well, you'd never guess it to look at your father, but he is a surprisingly good dancer. Folks, I have seen my father dance. He is not. So that is how she told me that my dad is great at sex. Thanks, Mom, for that mental image. Now, who here gets along with their dad? That is so much more muted than parents. I can tell which of you love your moms. I'm just saying. Who here gets along with their parents? Yay! Who here gets along with their dads? I called him on Father's Day. That's cool. I love my dad with all of my heart. That being said, when I was in school and I read the story of Oedipus, I got to the part when he kills his dad, and I'm like, I'm not saying he's right, but I understand. I told that joke to my dad once, and he was like, no, it's okay, son. I was just watching a documentary about Marvin Gaye. And when I got to the end of the movie, I'm like, not saying his dad was right, but I understand. Folks, that's the darkest joke I have ever written. It's so wonderful to find the line. I have a joke about killing my dad and him killing me. It's wonderful. My dad and I get along great. You all know the story of Oedipus, right? Like the story about a man who mistakenly kills his father and then mistakenly kills his mother and then gets just like the best surprise ever. It's like the original M. Night Shyamalan twist. No, something has always bugged me about that story, and not the murder and incest part. How old was Oedipus's mother when he was born? Like, I'm just saying, like, he married her when he was a grown man. So, like, was he, like, really into older ladies? True story, I told that joke at an open mic once, and it landed about as well as it's doing right now. And someone in the audience shouts out, she was 14. First off, that's a weirdly specific fact just to have off the top of your head. Second, who the fuck was Oedipus's dad? Drake? Okay, we've got some older people in the crowd. Let me try that joke again. Who the fuck was Oedipus's dad? Jerry Lee Lewis? Was that closer to home? Okay, good. You got the reference. Fantastic. Either way, I think we can all agree that Oedipus's mother was like the original MILF. There we go. I got one dang. Like, I'm just saying, when Oedipus, like, came back from battle after killing his dad and he saw her and was like, damn, that's a mom I'd like to fuck, I imagine she was kind of thinking, like, more than you realize, son. More than you realize. Hey, speaking of regrettable acronyms, Can we all agree that there's a few out there that we need to retire? For example, at work, we have stopped using the acronym VIP, or Very Important Person, because it is considered exclusionary. So instead, we have started calling them, and this is true, high interest visitors. That's right, folks. We abandoned VIP and caught HIV. But wait, it gets better. My position at work is that I am the aide to a colonel. So an actual email that was sent out said, AIDS, we need you to get the HIV. That's right, AIDS were running rampant throughout the whole unit because we had HIV present that day. Folks, this is why you always need a second set of eyes on every first draft. And speaking of drafts, make sure that you order some drinks, tip your bartenders. My name's Pete, that's been my set. Thank you very much.
Hell, y'all give it up for B-Hub. Pete Barlow one more time. I got him that those suspenders and that bow tie, by the way. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just a real good guy like that. You know what I'm saying? But I selfishly started doing this because there's no place in Augusta for us comedians to really work out stuff. And so I was like, well, let me be selfish and make my own shit. And so it's good for everybody to be able to get up and work their shit out. And I love that we're popping a lot of comedy cherries. That's really, I'm excited about that. So I appreciate everybody. Everybody that did the score chart, just put it on this table as you're going out. And we will see you next motherfucking week, bitches. Y'all come back.
What's the theme next week?
The theme next week, it will be put on on the website. Oh, yeah, HappyBonesJones.com is the website. Yeah, HappyBonesJones.com.